structure profitable deals every time. Understand the math. Keep all the profit. 3 rules to maximize profit. Buy the right vehicle that match the lender's requirement. We talked about that yesterday, right guys? Buy the right vehicles that match the lender's requirement. Determine the sweet spot. Selling price for the maximum profit. What does that mean? If I have 150% advance and I can only finance $15,000, what kind of car do I need to look at? A car that is worth 14 grand or a car that's worth 10 grand? 10. Never sell the vehicle with $4,000 profit, with the potential of $4,000 profit for 3 grand. If you have a car that you think you can make 4, 5, 6,000 and you just made 3 grand profit, in spite of the fact that 3 grand is a lot of money, don't sell that car. Back off.
Pass.
Helmy, that's not right. Okay? Who said it's not right? Is it back to Bill Hurd in that book? Is that what it is? Well, you can always buy cars. True, if you're buying what kind of cars? Reynolds, fleets, that you can buy them dime a dozen. But if you have a vehicle that you can make 7 grand and it's really not replaceable, you need to make that 7 grand. You know, if one of your managers come to you and says, hey, I got a deal, 5 grand. What does most dealerships do? Whee! Let's do it. Right? I look at it and I say, pass. It's 5 grand. You're right, it deserves another look. Hold on. Pass. Why? Because every deal they have to bring me a Promax desking sheet. And on that top part, it tells you how much profit you should make, providing that you have the lender's requirements preset in there. If that number does not match that car, there'll be some explaining to do. And if I'm not at the dealership, they know every once in a while I'm going to grab one of those things and check it. God help them if it doesn't match and they don't have a... Why? Because we're going to make profit, right? What is it? Oh, number 2. Determine the sweet spot. Calculating book value. New vehicles, book value, true cost, obviously. You know, what the invoice is. And I know I'm breaking this to like a very simplistic term. I don't want to bore everybody here, but really, just when you're trying to teach your guys and your girls, if you know this, do me a favor. I'm not exactly teaching you maybe, but maybe I'm teaching you how to teach people. How's that sound? Okay, your cost $800, lender's advance $1,200, book value addition $1,200, right? You must provide invoice to the lender at $1,200 or book at $1,200. You know, the lender's not going to sell, and you know, if $1,200 is too small of a number, add the 0, 8,000, 12,000, you know, that type of deal. Are we all good on that? Do I need to go over it again? Nope. Used vehicles, book value is yellow book, plus or minus deducts. This is the kind of stuff that you guys, when you bring somebody to your special finance department, you're going to have to slow down and teach them that. Don't assume they know it. How many dealerships we walk in and they say, we got a special finance manager in here. And we tell them, well, how do you get the deals approved? Listen to this deal. This is really fun. God bless America, man. Well, I put a structure, I send it to the bank, and they tell me what to sell the car for. What do you mean? Well, we tell them we're going to sell this car, I send them the book out sheet, or I just tell them what kind of car we're selling, they structure it for me and they send it to me. I swear to God, I am not lying. I'm telling you the truth here. That's happening right now. So if that's your competition, shouldn't you demand yourself to sell a lot more cars? You can, selling price has nothing to do with MSRP or value. You can sell the vehicle over sticker. Just follow the rules. What are the rules? You can't remove the sticker. The second thing is, you must find each vehicle's sweet spot to determine the maximum profit. We already know that, right? What's the profit potential? I've already given you an example. Can people follow this with me, please? Book value 10, lender's guidelines 140, Selling price is 14 grand. Minus 10, that's 4,000. Now, that does not count how much down payment or trade-in allowance, right? Any questions on that? The second thing, customer's income, 2,000, 20% payment to income is most of what the banks require or ask for. So where are you at on that? 400. Customer payments on $14,000 is 450. What are we doing now? Cutting back the profit from what we're supposed to sell it just to match the payment. So there's quite a bit of things that we need to continue working. And that's the nice thing about having Promax, because it all calculates it for you without you having to make a lot of mistakes. How's my buddy in Canada doing? Are you catching all that? I'm sure you're following it, right? Good stuff. Okay. Example number, step 2, calculating deal killers continued, right? Maximum allowable selling price, book value 10, lender's advance 115. What are we selling the car for? 11.5, cash down, rebate, incentive, plus. Now we're down to 12,750. How much did we lose in profit on that deal? Selling price 14. We can't go over 12,750. How much lost profit we had? How many 1250s do you want to have a day? Yes, please. Please.
You take a customer, make $11,000. What's the dealer's responsibility for that type of markup? Should there be a warranty on the car? Should there be gap coverage on the car to take
The question, yeah, the good dealer responsibility. The question is, if we have a customer that we make $10,000, $12,000 on, whatever it is, and you know, maybe that's the customer that we made $3 grand on, but we uncovered 10 grand worth of negative equity, right? What is your responsibility as a dealer? Well, disclose all the information, of course, but you really need to take a very hard look at your operations. First and foremost, I would put a warranty. But more important than anything else, he buys Gap. Well, he doesn't have money for Gap. You pay for it. But put it on the contract, because you can't put Gap and pay for it. It has to be disclosed, right? So you pay for it and put the Gap on and take it out of the profits or the selling price. Why? You're protecting the lender, you're protecting the customer. It's a win-win-win. If the customer is going to be stuck in that car for a while, let's make sure it's running. And if, God forbid, something happened to the car and it's wrecked, let's make sure that their house is not destroyed. Or they're going to have to go and sell the house so they can pay for the difference for the car. Get a judgment or so. That's not good.